let's move on to an interesting question that we had about Dwyane Wade, and that is, why is Wade so underrated? It's almost like it was surprising that he's been such an incredible player in the postseason. What do you guys make of that? Do you think that he's been historically underrated? Do you think that he's been on bad teams, or what's the story there?
I think it's a combination of factors. I think the first one is that Miami isn't that big of a market. It's just not a major media epicenter, and that can really be a false multiplier on your legend and what people think and say about you. I think the second one is that he's a little infuriating to watch for all the Euro steps and the slick moves and how brilliant he is. I mean, he's positively Corey Maggette-esque when it comes to drawing contact and screaming and wailing. So I think a lot of people resent that. So I think the combination of those two factors have conspired to make him underrated.
Oh my God, Corey, that's just mean. I think the problem with Wade is just that there have always been sexier options, like Kobe and LeBron, Shaq, Duncan. Like, there's just always been a better, more legacied player, however you want to put it, that kind of just lets him go by the wayside.
Yeah, I would have to tend to completely disagree with Ethan there. I think like an interesting case study is Kobe. So Kobe comes in the league, and he has 3 years where he's kind of working out the kinks, but he wins titles early before he's the best player on the team. He actually came into the league 7 years before Wade, but he's only 3 years older, or 3.5 years older. So when you look at kind of like their peaks, you would say his peak was probably about 31 points, 5.5 assists, 5.5 rebounds. Wade's 30 points, 7.5 assists, 5 boards. And I would say those are comparable because they were both on bad teams. I think that Kobe is a guy who plays Wade's position. He's got more rings, and he's been playing for longer. And I think like his career just kind of overwhelms the two-guard discussion. Whereas Wade comes in the league, he's now playing with the best player in the league, who he's drafted right next to in LeBron. And I think that when you compare Kobe's, his best players from his class were Iverson, Nash, and Ray Allen, who aren't really on that elite tier like Wade, LeBron, and Kobe are. So I think that there's a good, it's a combination of the rings and longevity.
I just want the ability to defend myself. I do not believe that Wade is...
Boo! No defending yourself.
I just believe that he has Corey Maggette's singular elite skill, which is the ability to act like he's been fouled. And I think that this has been borne out in reality over these last few finals games. We all saw in super slow-mo on HD Wade flop some off the ball loose ball fouls where nobody touched him. He certainly does it on drives, and I don't hold it against him. It's just something that he does that in the presence of other fans, they have been frustrated with. So I think that does have an impact.
One, maybe you should have said like Kevin Martin. That's a much more apt comparison in terms of flopping and trying to get the call. As far as like, the whole idea of flopping is just really annoying because flopping isn't fabricating a call all the time. It's just selling a call. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, yes, if you're creating a call that isn't there and the refs fall for it, then, oh my God, you've sullied the game of basketball and we should burn your jersey in effigy. But if you are just selling the call, I mean, every player does that. You can't say, oh, LeBron gets away with this or Wade gets away with this. Like, every player in the league does it, and every guy who's considered an all-star or all-star caliber is doing that on almost every play when they're driving to the hoop. So I just think the whole flopping concept is really outdated.
Agreed. Okay, here's one. Is Dirk more underrated, or is Wade more underrated? Or is one overrated? Or properly rated?
I'll take this one. I believe that for all my slandering of Wade just there, where I compared an element of his game to Corey Maggette. I believe he is more underrated, or has traditionally been more underrated than Dirk, because, you know, we've long considered for times, and I mean by we, the conventional wisdom, that Kobe was the best player in the game, when for that stretch of their careers you could easily regard Wade as having been better than Kobe. So with that in mind, I would say that Wade has been the more underrated player.
I would say right now they are both properly rated. They are completely rated how they should be.
Pop out.
Dirk is very good. He's one of the most, I just think underrated is stupid. He's one of the most unique scorers of all time, and he's just gotten better. Even when you think like, oh, he's at his limit, well, then he just gets more efficient, or he learns how to bump guys off with his body. Wade, on the other hand, is like, he's one of the top 5 players in the league, and he has been for a while, and I don't think anyone's thought, oh, Wade just isn't that good. Like, I don't know how Wade could be underrated. For years, since 2005, 2006, he's been in that top 5 players in the league discussion.